Alright, how we doing, guys? How we doing? It's been a while. Thank you, Radiant Ash, for stopping by, and Leah May, if you guys are still here. Good to have you here. But yeah, we're playing. It's been a while. I didn't want to play Skaven or High Elves because that's what I always seem to play or stream lately, with everything kind of going on with Warhammer. And so I don't know. Dwarves just. I started a Clan Angrund campaign in my own time earlier this week. I was having really fun with it, so I just decided to do some Belegar. So yeah, we're just gonna jump on in and see how we go. Which it wasn't my intent by any means either to be gone from YouTube for so long. But life just kind of happened and work got really busy. Yeah, just work got really busy. We're in like a fire warning because we've had a bunch of wildfires up here in Alaska. And so we've just kind of, even though my job is outside, the air quality hasn't been the best. And with my wedding coming up in 3 weeks or so, 3.5 weeks, I guess, it's just been a lot of kind of wrapping up the details for the wedding, and with work, it just hasn't worked out for me to stream. And I've just been able to play some in my own time, but I just haven't been able to play or play at a time when I could stream. All right. All right. Yeah. Get the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Put you in. Excuse me. Good. Alright, we're going to get rid of this and build the Ranger building. And we're actually, in terms of research, we're going to go down the missile research. I've found that going down this line first, instead of like the public order and the diplomatic relations, or even like the income, in my experience and in my own opinion, you're far better off going down with boosting like your missile units first, because any dwarf campaign, you're going to be up against a lot of orcs or Skaven, and then a lot of orcs, and you're probably only going to have like one really good army. And so it's really more important to boost, that one army by a lot, and then worry about, confederations and public order later on. Because you need to be able to steamroll, somewhat steamroll your initial enemies, and that way you make sure the other dwarven factions even stay alive. So yeah, gonna get a few techs down here, and then we'll move on. We're going to jump in the underway, but not to the point where they can reinforce. So we're gonna jump like right here, and then we'll attack Carrick Bufdar next turn, and we're just gonna use that as a sack city for a little bit. Diplomatically, we don't need to do much for a while, other than getting some agreements good with the Empire, and then one with Towson. Because if you don't do that early enough, then he actually hates you and he won't take a non-aggression pact. And Carrick Bufdar is one of the very few settlements I've seen the Wood Elves actually come down in their underway. I think it's like the World Route Path or something. Where they will jump down here and attack it from you, and then just probably blow it up. And so getting a non-aggression pact with them isn't really trying to like build really good relations with them. It's just for them to fuck off, basically. But I think that's. Could we get? Nope, we don't. I don't have a Grugny guy. So yeah, we'll just move on. good. Alright, and then we need the money building. Because money is going to be very, very, very tight.
Ironhammer.
Yeah.
For vengeance.
We could auto it. Mainly because we're gonna stay here and just sack this for a while. Ooh, I need to take my research off. I need to get my research ancillaries.
For our forefathers.
Because we're actually gonna get rid of the hammerers because they cost so much freaking money, and they're really not that good in my opinion. They're not worth 450 gold a turn. Yep, that's fine.
Journeying on. Belegar,
Good.
Ironhammer.
And then get rid of him.
Grudge bearer.
Good. Because now we don't need them to keep sacking this. We'll be able to take minimal damage from here on out sacking this. Let's see. What else can I do? Nope. Oh, can I get... I would like to get military access with them because I don't want to piss them off when jumping to get Carrick Apex. Which, I don't plan on doing it. But I took Carrick Apex with just like Rangers and the 4 heroes and then obviously Belegar. And I used the Runesmith to do the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. He had like 2,700 kills. But the battle took like 2.5 hours. For just because of the delay in the rune use cooldown. So I don't think I'm going to expose you all to that. So we might do a little, some different tactics than what I had done in my own time, just to spare that time. But who knows? Maybe if a few more people show up and we can just talk about Warhammer 3 or Warhammer 2, or whatever people feel like talking about. Oh, I need to take off the research in between time just to kill time. Alright. Yep, let's just jump on in. Just gotta fight these manually now just so our we don't take so we don't take damage on the miners. Alright. Plus, it's a really easy fight. Don't even need them. Yep, can put you there. Alright. Are we faster? Barely no, we're not quite as fast as them. But that's okay. Yeah, look at that. Not bad. We'll just pop these down. We'll probably only get one down, to be honest. There's such a massive cooldown when they're not leveled up. We need to be careful with these guys because they don't have much health either. Even though they have the 75% physical resistance, they are still quite squishy. Good. We don't need you anymore. I say, why aren't you guys firing? You're a fire at will. You have a perfect line of sight. So this should be the army losses very quickly. Good. Easy peasy. You will have to excuse my hair as well. I've been growing out my hair for like 3 months now. Mainly just kind of out of laziness, but also just to see how long I could get it before the wedding, because I didn't want to have to get a haircut and then like a few weeks later get another haircut to make it look all pretty. So instead, I just look like a homeless person. And I'll probably start sweating at some point between talking and whatnot. It's been a very weird year here in Alaska. We've had records. Oh, there we go. We've had record-setting amounts of snow in the wintertime this past season, and it's also been one of the hottest summers they've had up here. It's been which. It might not sound as bad, but it's been like mid 80s. Yesterday it actually got up to like 90 degrees yesterday, which may not seem very bad, but it's just kind of hard to explain where we are in relation to the sun. It feels much hotter than 90 degrees, and a lot of places in Alaska don't have air conditioning because it's Alaska. You don't really need it. And so we have a few fans going in the house, but it's still after it hits noon, which it's about 1:20 p.m. now. It just gets very, very hot and very sticky. So I won't look the prettiest for y'all, so I do apologize there. All right. We need to see. Okay.
Lord of the Angrund.
So I'm trying to think. So what I've done in the past is I've recruited a lord, recruited a few rangers, and then just brought the army down. But I'm thinking of trying something else out, and taking this, and then recruiting on my way down here. And then just using this as the sack city for a little bit. Because they will want to reclaim this. Let's just sack it. Let's go with what I know is pretty reliable. Yeah, we'll just sack it and then recruit a lord and recruit some units that way. It's more so too that they generate enough money to recruit a big enough army that they think they can come and retake that or defend that settlement. And even if I decide to occupy it over the end turn, sacking it once, it's already at tier 1. So if I decide to sack and occupy it, we're not gonna miss out on anything. All right. Good. Yeah, this map is just really shitty. Not the greatest map in the world. But yeah, I definitely need to, even with work being busy, I definitely need to figure out a schedule, because taking 2 weeks off is not good for the channel by any means. But I just need to figure out how to work it in, because before this stream I had taken, I've taken 2 weeks off. The stream I did before that was the Warhammer 3 Infinite Winds of Magic with Kairos, which has been fixed somewhat, but that stream was 2 weeks, before I streamed last. Before that, I have come out with some videos for the mod I'm testing for Rome Total War Remastered, but it's just finding the time or energy to live stream has just been non-existent, and I need to make the time and get the rest I need so I can be here for you guys and for myself. I can't grow a channel if I'm never here streaming or uploading videos. Cause yeah, it's just right before I had to, I stepped away for a little bit. I mean, the channel was going really well. We were getting pretty good viewership, and then life happened, and then it's definitely hurt it. But what can you do? Life happens. I don't do this for a living, unfortunately. So not yet, anyway. Not yet. I'm curious too. I'm actually gonna, once it finishes loading, I'm gonna put in as a question, because I'm curious as to what you guys honestly think of the so far the starting positions in Warhammer 3. If you guys are into Warhammer, or if you're here from Discord or whatever it may be, but if you do play Warhammer in Warhammer 3 and you've stayed up to date with the Creative Assemblies posts, I'll replace the pin message, that way you guys can see it. There we go. Because honestly, I think some factions, like my 2 cents on it, I think some factions are really gonna benefit from it. I think, yeah, we're gonna occupy and see how that goes, and then recruit. I think some factions are really gonna benefit from where they're at, and others are going to suffer. For example, Volkmar is going to get his ass kicked, in my opinion, and I think Teclis is going to struggle too. He and Kairos are, obviously both really great spellcasters, but Kairos has, being a demon, having that physical resistance is gonna help him a lot more than 200. Can I afford? Yeah, I can afford 4 more. And then Nurgle, I think, is, I don't know about Nurgle, because Imric starting over there. Some of them I think are like really interesting and really cool, but some of them just don't make any lick of sense, in my opinion. You mean Cetra? Oh, Cetra, I think Cetra is gonna be like what I can't think of his name. The one-eye beastman. I can't think of his first name, but the before like the Warhammer 2 beastman latest patch, it's gonna be like this guy where turn 1 he was automatically defeated. I don't see how Cetra is going to survive in his current location. I just don't see how it's remotely possible for him to beat Khorne or Volkmar. I just think he's set up for failure being there. Yep, money's fine, and we need to get walls here. Nope. And let's move on. I do like Nakari's start. I think that's going to be really fun. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. Can I get... Okay. Let's get some money out of her. Because if you guys have played High Elves lately, or for a while now, I guess, with Marathi going on full steroids, it'll be interesting to see, you know, Nakari starting, I think it's like right up in here. Right up in here. You know, dealing with the High Elves and then dealing with Dark Elves right away. I think that'll be interesting. But I think what's cool is I am a Nurgle fan.
By the comet.
And so I do like the fact that Nurgle and Imric are gonna be like right by each other. I just think it's gonna be one of those scenarios where, you know, one of them is going to, it's gonna be like a toss up. One is going to win right away, and then you'll never hear from him. So either Kugath is gonna win, and you'll never hear from Imric, or, you know, Imric will win, and then no more Kugath kind of thing. Okay, good. He fucked off. Good. So they got 17. So they got 23 units against my 18. Oh, I got plenty. Well, we don't want to auto-resolve it. We'll fight him anyway. Sorry, Fat Thumb. Playing Cetra and getting Volkmar straight is going to be nice early on, at least. Yeah, yeah. It's just, it'll be interesting, excuse me, to see how CA will program. You know, like Khorne and Scarbrand being there. Like, I don't know. Like, they've definitely toned down the anti-player bias a lot. But there's so many, like, legendary lords now in that area. Like, it's almost worse than Lustria in that, in the corner with, why can't I freaking think? Like Clan Pestilence, the Blessed Dread, you know, all those guys. It's just going to be a giant freaking cluster. You know, it's going to be like the freaking Hunger Games down in that region. And it's going to be, you know, flip your coin in terms of who's gonna walk away from that one alive. So who knows what's gonna happen. Nakari will... Yeah, I think unless you play as Nakari's not gonna do well. He's just gonna get, especially since as you know, as a demon faction, you declare war on every non-demonic faction. I mean, he's gonna have a dozen wars by turn 10. That's a good point. I mean, the good thing for Eltharion is if his settlements like become under pressure, he could just move to the wastelands, which I think Eltharion is gonna like playing as Eltharion, I think is going to be a nightmare. Because if CA is still going to have you start, you know, with your settlements, but then Eltharion in the Orc territory, in the wastelands over there, you're gonna have to make a decision of either saving, or like moving your whole like faction into the wastelands to get away from Nakari, or do you take your gamble against Nakari versus Scarbrand, and then all of the other what can I think? All the other legendary lords down there in that area. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Same with Imrik. If you're playing as Imrik and you're getting wrecked by Kugath for some reason, do you take the chance on just confederating and moving back to Ulthuan, kind of thing? We can blow you up. Hey, Chat, how you doing, man? Yeah, it's been a long time. Work's been very, very busy, and I just haven't had the time to stream. That and my wedding is getting closer. I forgot that in Warhammer 2 they don't have a time limit before they show up. My wedding's getting closer, and with work and everything like that, I just I haven't had the time or the energy to really stream, and so when I have been playing, I've just been when I haven't been playing, I haven't been streaming and just playing, mainly just to kind of keep my my sanity with work and just life and everything like that. So I do apologize for being gone for so long, but I definitely I couldn't. I don't think I could have healthily streamed throughout this time with work and everything going on. I just would have been pissy and yeah, just would not have been good. They do have no, they don't have cavalry. Good. Good. Where'd their lord go? I don't know. We should be fine though. Good. Yeah, thank you all. In case some newer people are watching in the background, I'll say it again later in case more people do show up. But thank you again, Legend of Total War, and those who came over during his stream today to get me over 200 subs. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate the support. I felt kind of weird bringing it up the way I did, but it is what it is, and I appreciate the support nonetheless. So alright, let's attack you there. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll take some damage for sure, but we got enough ammo that we can hold these guys back. Good. Shooting into him, shoot into him, shoot there. Come into the back of those guys. Where'd their lord go? I saw him walking and then he just like disappeared. That's weird. That's really, really weird. Alright, these guys are getting smacked. Let's shoot their archers. Let's help them out. Luckily, they're dwarves, so they don't break. Let's do this for balance of power. Yep, that's fine. Shoot him. Bail this guy out. Oh, here he is. Right here, right here. You can go over there. Yep, Belegar can take him on. Good. Yep.
Ready to strike. Nothing can stop us.
There's the army losses. Woo! We got it. Alright. Fire. We don't have any way to run them down, unfortunately. But we'll just let everybody fire at will. And we'll have our runesmith here run as many of them down as with his abilities here. Maybe. Boom. Yeah, he didn't do. Not too bad. But we didn't lose any units like auto-resolve was going to give us. We will have to fight the next one manually, though. The good thing is I wanted to fight the army on the outside. That way we can fight these guys twice. Hey, Anon, welcome, man. Yeah, everything for the wedding is pretty much good to go. We were actually talking about it today with my fiance and our parents. Really, the only thing we have to finish getting ready is honestly the alcohol that we want. The alcohol and the cake, and that's it. So, or else everything is booked and set up and paid for, and we're good to go there. So yeah, it's an exciting time for sure. Very exciting time. Yep, take the oath gold. Good. Plus more battles is more experience for these guys. Yeah, we definitely need more ammo. Good. I need to take that off. I think we already have. Yeah, we can't possibly increase it anymore now than we already have. I don't think. It's a little overpowered that they can get two kinds of students, basically. Yep, he's got one. Someone's... There we go. I say someone's got to not have one. Good. Okay. And yeah, we'll fight this one again manually. Obviously... Oh, we'd only lose one unit. Well, now we're not going to lose any, so... But yeah, I hope everyone's, in the 2 weeks I've been gone, I hope everyone's been doing well. Hope your summer is going well and work's treating you well. Yeah. Hope you're staying cool if it's summertime wherever you're living. Or staying warm. I don't want you. Yeah, can just put you there. Just fast forward it. Oh shit. Shit. Ruh-oh, Raggy. Anon says, hopefully the dwarf frontline units are more meaningful in IE. I don't like how range only... yeah, well, I think they're definitely going to get rid of their missile update that they came out with in patch 1.3 for Mortal Empires. One, it doesn't make a lick of sense, and you know people have already done enough videos on it, on how overpowered and stupidly broken it is. You know, I think the dwarves would perform better. It's just the fact now of who's starting by them. You already had the greenskins, and now you're throwing in Scarbrand, and like in general, like those factions in like I don't know, maybe the Badlands or the Wastelands. I can't think of the exact term for that area, but whoever like beats that initial like struggle, in terms of like their initial enemy, it's going to be a constant headache, because as soon as you beat one legendary lord, you're fighting another one almost immediately, whether they conquer the other person or you expand quickly or whatever it may be. Because like if you're playing as Scarbrand, right, like okay, you take out Eltharion, like great, that's awesome, but then you're running into Sinch or you're running into Teclis, like it's just going to be never freaking ending. Which for Scarbrand, I mean, you want to fight battles all the time, but like if you're actually trying to build an empire and just not blow stuff up every single turn, it's going to be a massive freaking headache, I feel like. I feel like it's going to be Lustria on steroids. They're just going to put their... it doesn't feel left out. Yeah, like it's going to be Lustria on steroids, putting so many freaking people in there. And Lustria is just becoming, filled with greenskins, and putting Alberic there is interesting. And then putting Oxyotl in BFE by himself is interesting. Same with the Legion of Chaos. Legion of Chaos, though, is going to be... I don't know. I don't want to say it's going to be easy. It's going to be easier out of all the Demon Legendary Lords, I think. Because to the east, he's going to have Norska, or, Chaos-friendly factions. And then to the west, he's going to have... okay, I like that. He's going to have to deal with the Dark Elves, but, I think they can very easily handle the Dark Elves. It'll also be interesting, too, I don't think it's going to... Obviously, it's not going to be the same thing. But how Chaos shows up by like turn 100 or whatever in Warhammer 2. Like if Chaos shows up in the Warhammer 3 Mortal Empires, hypothetically, does that mean, like the Legion of Chaos just basically gets a bunch, Archaon and Kolek show up, they just get a bunch more allies then, and then it's just a all-out brawl, or is it a little more sophisticated than that? I don't know. Will be interesting for sure.
The Empire. You have a proposal?
Okay.
So, welcome to my private study.
Give me money.
Gold will whet I refuse.
Alright. Douche.
The forest come. The beauty of Athelloren agrees.
Cool. Now we really don't have to worry about him hating us. Good.
Lund's heir. It shall be done.
Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Yeah, we'll have to fight it manually. In my other playthrough, I was able to get to Carrigate Peaks by turn 20. I'm not putting a specific deadline on it. I just remember from experience by like turn 20 was a good point in them because they had like 2 stacks getting ready to advance on me, and if you wait too long, then you're just defending basically forever in your initial province. Because in my opinion, it's smart to take the fight to them eventually. Because as long as you don't lose Carrick Izor, then you're fine. Or even if you lose that initial province, like as long as you take Carrick 8 Peaks, you know, you're fine. But by like turn 30 and 40, you have Skarsnik coming down, you have the Carrick, the Mutinous Gits coming, like you just have greenskins coming at you all over. So you got to put a stop to one, and if you're going to do that, I mean, you might as well get Carrick 8 Peaks. Team and Prince will have a flexible campaign. You can go west to Dark Elves, south into North Score of the Empire, go east towards Cathay. Lots of options, just like the unit roster. Very, very true. Nope. Come over here. No, this dickhead. Especially too, like they've added so many settlements in. I'm not 100% like on board with them putting so many factions so close together. Like I know they want to make it somewhat lore friendly, especially with everyone they're bringing in, you know, down the road. I know they're thinking of that, but right now they just have so many, you know, lustriables going on. It's just gonna be so fucking hectic. Which, I mean, depending on the player, the person, that could be, you know, an exciting reason to play, you know, a certain faction. Will C says, "What is your favorite starting new position so far?" I think Nakari. I really like Nakari. I already put in on the Total War forum. Even though they said they updated the Demonettes, they actually did not upgrade the Demonettes. Their base damage did not get increased. But yeah, I think it's going to take Nakari's campaign, and it was already fun for me, but I think it's going to make it even more interesting. Just because you're literally right in the smack dab of all the elves there. But everyone else, I think, is just, you have, you know, Khorne and Tzeentch, you know, relatively right by each other, and that whole cluster, I think, is just, it's not fun for me, and I'll explain it using Warhammer 2. So for like Lustria, for example, right? There are so many legendary lords, like in this bottom half, you can't have all of them succeed, and so you never see like all of them in like the later games, or like later in campaigns, which is, you know, it's how the game, you know, goes on and progresses, and I get that, but you know, like for me, it'd be interesting to see how Skrulk would be, you know, by turn 40 or 50 or even 100, but you never see that because he's the one that always gets dogpiled. You know, there's so many legendary factions or legendary lords and factions here. It's just a clusterfuck, and they're gonna end up doing the same thing in the Badlands down here, and so it's, you know, it's gonna be survival of the fittest, literally. While, you know, some factions are gonna have a fairly easy, like, kind of go about it, and then it's just gonna be like, okay, like, who am I fighting this campaign? Is it going to be Skarbrand, or is it going to be Tzeentch, Teclis, maybe? You know, you're just flipping a coin in terms of who's gonna win this time. But I think I'm not a fan of Kugath being sent down over here. I don't like that. I don't think, anyway. I don't think I will like it. But we'll see. It's definitely going to be a lot harder with him going up against Imric. We'll see. We'll see if this is effective. I lost 2. Dude, good. We're getting tons of students. We lost 2, so if we lose, or if we gain more than, you know, 2 back, then it's worth just sacking it. Good. Good. Alright. And then, yep, let's get missile strength for Quarrelers. And let's move on. There's a tier list, announces their tier list meme on the Total So War Reddit for each Legendary Lord. And the bottom tiers are going to die by turn 10 without the Beastman Grom Scroll. Right, exactly. Like, you know, it'll be fun for those, when you play those campaigns, to like get through that huge hump. But at the same time, like, it could also turn people off. You know, no matter what faction you end up playing in the Badlands, like, Khorne does, who gives, you know, if you're playing as, like, Scarbrand, who gives a fuck, you know, as long as you hold on to one settlement, you can just keep blowing up and rampaging. But if you're playing as any of the factions that actually need, like, to grow and develop, you're just it's gonna be such a uphill battle from the get-go. It's gonna be like fighting, no matter the difficulty, in my opinion, it's gonna be like fighting, you know, the Empire of the Dwarves on Legendary campaign difficulty, because you're just constantly fighting, you know, Legendary Lords and major playable factions the whole time. Just because it's such a cluster down there, you're never gonna have a moment of peace. Yeah, I'll definitely want to check it out later on.
The nation call.
I think he's gonna take this.
What?
All right, so let's just occupy it. Get rid of them.
Ogres, my lord.
Ogres.
These brutish nomads are us.
Piss off. And we got Lightning Strike. Good. That's what we needed. Yep, missile strength would be good. And with all of that going on, too, if they don't massively like, if they don't massively change the Confederation issues going on right now, you know, in Warhammer 3, like what I was just saying, like how hard it is to confederate people that die so quick, you know, like it's like, oh, you gotta rush to get Imric because, you know, of he dying quickly, Teclis, Skroak, like all that. It's just gonna be that on freaking steroids. Yeah, miners are fine there. You know, with these starting positions. So, yeah, we're gonna take this army and move towards Kirkgate Peaks now. So yeah, I don't know, it'll be interesting, that's for sure. It's just such a cluster. It'll be interesting. Very, very interesting.
Together we're stronger. Let's
He usually dies pretty quickly. I ain't gonna pay you. Yep, that's fine.
Prestige.
Good. Alright. Don't need that. We don't need any of this. So now I actually started going down the public order. Because us leaving here is going to cause some pretty big public order issues. Definitely need growth.
Greetings, stranger.
Damn. I was hoping to get military access with it too. But that's okay.
Of course.
As long as he's happier with me. Oh, I got rid of that building. That's okay. Pick up the ogres. And then come here.
Belegar, Ironhammer.
Good. And yeah, we'll be able to protect Carrick Izor with that. Do we have any Grogny guys? Nope. Alright. Let's move on. Favorite faction? Warhammer 2 or Warhammer 3? Will?
What brings you before the arrow?
No. I haven't played Belegar in a while. I don't know if an alliance is a good idea, so I'm going to play it safe and just tell her to fuck off. No. Favorite faction?
Yes.
Probably
Sisters would be proud.
Skaven. For a few reasons. They have a really good, base like faction mechanic. With the food mechanic, I just really like factions that have a mechanic to them. Which I think they did a really, really good job with Warhammer 3, ensuring that, every faction so far has a mechanic that they actually use. With the Skull Throne, the plagues for Kugath, all that stuff. Anything that you're doing other than just conquering stuff, you're like doing on the side, I think is really fun because, instead of just doing, world domination, you're also trying to work towards something. I really like factions with that, which is, I think, what a lot of factions in Warhammer 2 are missing. Growth or money? Do money. Or growth, sorry. Growth. So yeah, the food mechanic's really fun. Out of all the factions, I feel like their legendary lords are the most interactive, I guess, if that makes any sense. They're fun for me. Even Tretch. I've gotten Tretch level 40 by like turn 20 before in campaigns, just because of his starting location and how close it is to attack people all the time. But yeah, I would say Skaven. Plus all the stupid like tacky crap you can do is really fun for me. Like I cheese, and use exploits to a certain extent. I don't do I never do the movement bug. It's just not for me personally. But other things I'll do, like the economy exploit, stuff like that. Winds of Magic, knowledgeable, sure, why not? But yeah, that was gonna happen. And so really, factions that don't require a heavy amount of cheesing or exploiting in general, I find more fun than ones that do. I really need the growth, but I also don't want to deal with the revolts for right now. Craigney. We got a little bit of... Yeah, here we go. Am I building anything this turn? No. That's fine. This will help with our research rate. That's honest. Along with that, even though, Scarbrand has a really fun, really fun way to go about, his campaign, and mechanic, his faction mechanic and whatnot. I actually, out of all the campaigns in Warhammer 3 right now, I find his the least enjoyable. Because, his battles are really fun. His campaign mechanic is fun, but his actual, campaign itself is awful for me. I like to build, an empire, economy and all that stuff. And you just don't do that with him, you just blow stuff up every single turn. Hey, you building something, you're recruiting, you're trying to get a certain building built, nope, what are you doing this turn? Every single turn, it's just blowing up, blowing up, blowing up. There's no, there's no, what am I trying to think? Campaign strategy other than blowing up. It's not oh, I gotta protect this settlement. I gotta do, build this building, for technology purposes. It's just every answer to all your problems is just blow it up. Which it to some extent, like, yeah, it has like an initial appeal for me, but like 20-30 turns in, I'm just like, okay, I've blown up 15 settlements. I'm bored. I want to do something else.
Together we're stronger.
Okay. I wonder... Let's save it. I wonder if I can get one of them in Force March. Yep. Good. Idiots. They're not in Force March. But... I have Lightning Strike. They got a lot of cavalry. Do they have twirly whirlies? No. Okay. Okay. Which we'll be able to get rid of them. I'm not worried about that. What's the map look like? Yeah, we'll be fine. Yeah, he likes nuance. Playing as Corn just played the Doom 16 internal sound check for battles if you want something different. True. It's just like there's just no like like if you get the odd chance that one of the settlements randomly colonizes for you, like, okay, that's great. You get a settlement for free, basically. Assuming you don't occupy it right away. Like, yeah, that's great. But it's just it's not like every turn. Like, here we go. I hope I really hope it happens. Like, if it happens, it happens. But you just don't care because you only have one goal in a Scarbrand campaign, and that's to blow something up. That's all you're worrying about every single turn. You just don't care. But like, how do I want to do this? Because they're gonna try and flank me. How many do I have? Alright, let's...
Kill the orc splitters! Ready to serve!
Okay, and then let's put... okay. Let's put you like this. You like that. I'm gonna angle you this way, angle you that way, angle you this way. You need to go there. And then you guys need to come in here. We'll leave the Runesmith with Belegar just because he's going to need more assistance than the other two guys. Thanks for answering my questions. But yeah, no problem. I mean, so a little bit about me and my channel, because I haven't seen you before, Will, so welcome. I used to play very hard. I used to play Legendary, and then it was ruining my enjoyment for Warhammer 2, and so I found that hard is good for me. It makes sense that, Dwarf Warriors won't lose against Skaven slaves, so I enjoy that aspect, but at the same time, I can't just, I can't recruit Skaven slaves and then throw them against dwarves and win either, kind of thing. So it's just a really good balance, and it allows me to interact with, the chat a lot better. And so, yeah. It was kind of weird for me for Warhammer 3. I thought that Tzeentch was going to be my favorite faction, in Kairos. Because missiles and magic, that's, for me, missiles, magic, and artillery. For me, in Warhammer 2, that's my bread and butter. I love that shit. And so I thought, it was like, you got missiles, you have magic, you have artillery. Why wouldn't I like you? But Sinch, I do like Kairos and Sinch's faction in general. It took a lot of getting used to. But I'm going to go on a limb and probably be on the outlier in saying that my favorite faction is actually Kugath right now. The thing for me is it's kind of like Skelly spamming, right? The AI looks at it and is like, okay, this is a pretty shit army. And the same thing with Kugath and Nurglings, right? Because with Kugath, you can give Nurglings 2 forms of regeneration. And so, like, I do Nurglings, I do a Death Wizard, I do a Nurgle Wizard, a Cultist for the movement range, and then Kugath. And Kugath becomes a Mortis Engine, and then you have you can cause so many debuffs, even if like a enemy puts in tons of missile fire into you. You can basically regenerate faster than you're actually taking damage, or if you're in combat, you're causing so many debuffs. It just doesn't matter. Like, your Nurglings just don't die. And the whole time, Kugath is just, racking up damage that way. My blanket fell. Just one minute, guys. Yeah, that's right. I have to use a blanket. My dog stepped on it. You get to see my belly. So I think for me his plagues, I think do their trick. They're not overpowered. They're not they're not like mind blowing. Like, oh my god, this is so broken, and I'm okay with that. Like, I don't need every faction to have something broken to make it fun, or exploitable, or however you want to deem it. If a faction isn't as broken to make it super fun, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with something to be like, yeah, they're fun, they're nothing crazy, but they're really fun to play. You don't have to exploit it to make it super fun or super enjoyable. Like, I'm 100% okay with that. I've never been the player that I have to break the game to make it fun kind of thing. Like, if the mechanics of a faction work and make it fun, great. I don't need, something else to make it more enjoyable other than that kind of thing. If it's there, it's there, but it's not a... I think my thing is, it's not a necessity, for it to be fun, If something's broken, okay, fine, that's great. But as long as it's not a... if you don't do this in this faction, you're going to struggle. But if you do this, you'll be fine because it's broken. Like, that's when I have problems with things. But if it's like an added bonus, then, okay, great. Then it is what it is. I just don't like it when it's just like a core thing to that faction. It's like, oh, it's really fun because you can do this, and if you don't do it, the campaign's a headache. That's when I have a problem with it. Not with whatever it is that makes it like broken or anything. I have that problem with that faction at that point. It's like, okay, this faction needs a rework. Like, you should not rely, in general, in my opinion, you should not have to rely on a broken mechanic or a broken faction or whatever it may be to make it fun and enjoyable. It should be like, in all those situations, it should just be like an added bonus kind of thing. Vokoma says starting positions are good, but Lethanar is strange. Yeah, him going into Karen Carr is a interesting take because that messes with Rakarth's campaign. and the mission that he gets, as well as Lokir Fellheart. So they're obviously going to tweak those two campaigns. So like it just, like, I don't know. It is what it is. Because I think on the Vortex map, that's where he starts, I believe. So they just, they took his Vortex campaign starting position and put him there. So it'll be interesting to see, what they do with that. And who knows, Rikarth and Lokir may not even... they haven't come out with the Dark Elves locations, right? Or have they? Well, this makes total sense also with the difficulty aspect too. Like being able to use the whole roster, not finding the meta doom stacking. Sometimes playing on Legendary is fun with the faction you know. Also found you through Legend of War. Also found you through Legend of Total War stream today. Great stuff, man. Hey, yeah, thank you for stopping by. And I'm that way too. Like, I don't want to have to, like, if I doom stack or if whatever I'm doing, in a faction, I don't want to do it because it's the only way to do something. I want to do it because I enjoy it. 2 missile strength for my units. And if they just happen to be like, oh yeah, you should do it, and it's really fun, then great. But that's just my own opinion. And again, I've played those difficulties before. I had, my time in the sun with them, and it just wasn't for me. I don't find enjoyment at those difficulties. For me personally, it was just annoying. Like, I didn't want to have a really strong Eshin campaign or a really strong Vampire Counts campaign or whatever, and then have to deal with 200 armies of Empire or Dwarves, depending on who you're playing on, just because of the difficulty I'm playing on. Like I get that's part of the difficulty and all that stuff, but at the same time, like that, I would like get to that point in a campaign, and I'd be like, nope, fuck that, I'm restarting. Like restarting a different campaign. Like, I just didn't want to have to fight the same battle 4 times every single turn. Not because I did something wrong, not because the AI did something right, but just for the fact that I'm playing on a harder difficulty. That's just not fun for me. And I quickly realized, luckily, when I was streaming, I was like, when I was trying out different factions, and I was like, okay, like, we're playing as this faction today, etc., etc. And then I realized, like, I wasn't having fun, because I was struggling more on those difficulties. And since I wasn't having fun, people weren't showing up, like newer people weren't showing up to my streams. And the people that were there, weren't staying around as long because I wasn't having fun. And if you're not having fun as a content creator, it reflects very, very easily, like when you're streaming. Like, for me, it's really easy to tell when, if I'm like watching Legend stream, or Mercy the Mad, or Dame, or Radiant Ash, or whoever it may be. It's very easy for me to tell when they're done with, in their minds, when they're done with a campaign. It's very, very easy to tell, because when they're really excited about a campaign, it's also really easy to tell, when they're super, super excited. And that's great, but, they're, luckily, in their situation, they're at a point where they can justify, playing a campaign that they aren't really interested in because, they make money off it, they enjoy it. For me, still growing my channel, like, if I, stop enjoying something, I need to stop and start something new. For me, that was my difficulty I was playing on. Where, like, I was fine, I was having, somewhat fun with it, but, like, later down the track, and big key situations, and people are like, oh, like, how do you handle this? How do you handle that? You know, how do you handle the Chaos Invasion, you know, when they have 40 armies coming at you? I'm like, I don't know, because I don't play to that point. You know, I don't play to that point because I hate that point. And so, yeah, because of that, I was just like, you know what? You know, I want to, if I'm going to stream, I want to have fun playing the game that I'm playing. And for me, that's not those harder difficulties. Come on, you should be hitting Cash, get down. Play him with, okay, yeah, we don't want. Holy hell. Alright. Alright. You are taking much more damage than I want you to. But it was a good fight nonetheless. What says I'd rather find mods like aggressive minor factions. Giovanni, welcome. We'll see. I'd rather find mods like aggressive minor factions to make it more difficult. Thoughts on? I like mods. Yeah. I'm not. Again, I actually use. I use one for Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 3. I use the one button respec mod. I don't know why that hasn't been incorporated into Warhammer 3 yet. I hope they do. But yeah, I don't like wasting my time getting a hard-earned confederation, and then I can't use a legendary lord because they're so badly leveled up. It's like, hey, congratulations, you spent all this time, you spent all this effort, and now you get a shit legendary lord that's not even better than a basic general for whatever faction, you know, you're playing as. Also, I'm very noobish, if that's, you know, I'm a noob when it comes to Warhammer lore. And so Warhammer 3, it's out of date now just because of the 1.3 patch, but there is a, I think it's called the Legendary Lore mod for Warhammer 3, where you recruit a unit, you take a settlement, or you like enter a certain region, and like a little world event blob will come down just explaining to you the significance of that region to that faction. Yeah, we're gonna be fighting a lot of greenskins. So I like that one personally, just because I don't know a lot of the lore, and so I enjoy learning about it, but I don't know a lot about it. So I use that just to kind of help me, like, okay, like this makes sense, that kind of thing. I've played SFO before. I'm trying to think of the other mods. I haven't used any unit mods in Warhammer 2. I know there are quite a few, but I personally have not used any. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good army. Alright, let's get rid of this guy. What I'm worried about is over the enter, and he's going to get Grimgore to declare war on me. And then I'm going to have to deal with... I'm going to get attacked on two things. There's a mod for Warhammer 2 called Loading Screen Quotes, and that replaces the tips in the loading screen with quotes from the novels or army books. Ooh, that'd be cool. Yeah. I mean, really, like... Kind of like with, if you guys caught Legend Stream, not yesterday, because yesterday was Saturday, maybe it was today's even, I can't remember, but he made a really good point on, you know, how the community is divided right now between Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 3, and he made the comment, you know, whatever game you find fun, that's the game you should play. And I'm the same way in terms to mods. Like, I don't use a bunch of mods. I use the ones that I like that make the game more fun for me. But I don't holy shit, why am I getting so many of these fucking crap today? Yeah, thank you, Anon. I don't know why we're getting so many naked HD. Yeah, let me check here. Workshop. Yeah, it's called the it's legendary lore mod. If you go to most popular, it is the on my Steam anyway. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth one down. It's got 5 stars, and it does it for every faction. It doesn't just do it for one. So yeah, like, you know, like this the same way Legend. Going back to what I was saying, so like with Legend saying, you know, play whatever game you enjoy and you have fun, whether it's one or the other or both. You know, do what you want to do to have fun, and I'm the same way with not only Warhammer but any game. You know, if you have fun, you know, if you have fun playing SFO over the vanilla game, play SFO. And I'm with Legend when he was saying, you know, like, just because I like playing one way doesn't make it wrong, because somebody else doesn't like playing that way. You know what I mean? And that's what's just upsetting and what just baffles me, where everyone is just, you know, for the most part, people are just at each other's throats, because someone plays just a little teeny different than, you know, Joe plays it a little different than Sally plays, and God forbid that ever happens. And it's just, it doesn't make sense to me, personally. But yeah, if anyone is new from like Legends group, welcome. I usually, in general, like even on like Radiant Ashes or Mercies or Legends, I don't really talk too much, but I'm a big lurker. So when I usually get up I'm a very early bird. I'm usually up at 5 a.m. my time, even though I don't work until like 8:30. So I'm up very early. I have my coffee, and that's when I kind of play in my own time. And Legend streams usually start at like 6 a.m. my time. So I usually watch Legend in the morning for a few hours, and then I have to head off to work. So I don't chat a lot, just because I don't know a lot. And I just kind of like, I like watching and learning. Your opinion is different to me, mine. Heresy, right? Like to use Warhammer to never take 8 peaks as Belegar and instead conquer Bretonia. Be interesting. Will I won't get a level up in the next battle. I do want replenishment rate. This army is... Really, it's not as dangerous as it looks. Like, if they had more trolls or more cavalry, then yes.
I'm going.
I'm trying to think. Because I do need to fight him so I can get the Rune of Spite. I wouldn't even lose any units. Let's see how bad it is. Okay, I can definitely deal with that. Yeah, I didn't get a level up. Alright, that'll help with, you know, a little bit. That'll help. Assuming it's a siege. Good. Alright. One thing I would like to do
Belegar Ironhammer.
is if
What?
he tries to come and attack me, I would prefer to be able to retreat and then get him in force march or something like that. And I need to, oop, wrong one. I almost forgot. Do I do that or yeah? Do that one. Good. And let's move on. What's he gonna do? Okay. Why did I lose? Who blew it up? Who's he at war with that would have blown that up? Grimgor only has 3 settlements. That's interesting.
Who calls?
The Black Venom blew that up? Okay. It's a bold move. Haven't seen that happen before. By the Black Venom, anyway. If you want some more lore, just watch Lord Master so Deck. He's great. Oh, I'll check him out. How's the Lord of the Rings mod go? It's good. They came out with a huge patch not too long ago, as in like a week or so ago, that changed a bunch of things. And so I've been playing that a little of my own time. I've been getting about 20 hours a week into that mod, which is also another reason why I haven't been able to stream as much, because I've been putting time into that. But yeah, it's going really well. They're getting, I want to say they're getting closer to a release. It's just, they've been changing a lot of things in the mod, and they really, really want it to be pretty much perfect for the initial release, which I don't blame them, because there is Divide and Conquer out there, which is, it's a, I'm just going to save it here quick. It's a big, competitor out there, so they really want the mod to be in really, really good shape, so I don't blame them on that front. But it is taking much longer than I initially thought that it would take for them to get it released. Can I win that? I definitely can. It's just going to take a really long time. So I hope you guys are, hope you're ready, because we're going to win. But yeah, just know in general, whether you like Warhammer 2 or Warhammer 3 more, or you play both, all of you guys are welcome. I like both. I play both. Before the 1.3 patch, I know some people, Anon234 for example, was having issues with the mod. Like right at the end of like loading screens and whatnot, it would become really unstable. Because it wasn't optimized, and I wasn't having any of those issues. But after this 1.3 patch, I started a new campaign as Meow Ying today, and it's not even turn 30, and I'm already having some pretty severe optimization issues. And so that's kind of turning me off a little bit. I'm still playing it. I'm just not playing it as long as I was because of that issue. It's not a like campaign or game ending thing, but it's just after a while it gets really annoying. It's like, oh, is the game gonna crash on me? Is it not gonna load? In a battle, like my frame rates, like when I would stream Warhammer 3. Which it's fine until like the last like really, really small gap, but it will go from like 60 FPS and then it'll go down to like 5. and I know Dame Offensive was here at my last live stream a few weeks ago, and she was saying she has the same issues. So it's just little things like that are just annoying. Just really annoying. Alright. I prefer Magic in 2. I was thinking about that because I know that's been a huge topic of discussion for a lot of people, and I don't blame them. I'm like mixed. I wish they had a little bit of both, which I would get if it was a little bit of both. In Warhammer 3, it would be overpowered and broken. I like how in Warhammer 2, you can basically, you know, depending on the faction, you can have infinite reserves, right? You can use Knowledgeable to just increase your reserves, you know, endlessly. That's fun. That's great. And I get that. But at the same time, you're limited to, you know, 30 wins is your top pool, where in Warhammer 3, you have up to 100. So, I mean, you could cast, you know, I think Flamestorm, you can get it down to 8 wins of magic, right? So you can cast, you know, if you really wanted to, you could cast 12 Flamestorms all at once if you wanted to, you know, assuming you had the capacity to do that. Not that it would be a smart thing to do, but, you know, you could if you wanted to. Yeah, you can definitely, I mean, I could dumb it down. Not that that's a bad thing. I could make it so, because I stream at 1080p as well, and so like I could have it output to like 720p, and because 30 FPS is 720p, and so I definitely could do that and just make it easier to stream. But then it's worse quality for you guys. And like, because now like I don't have any frame issues at all when streaming Warhammer 2. I have very few frame drops. You know, if it's for a split second or two. But it's just because I have them be VODs as well, and so like if people can't make the stream, which is totally, you know, if they can't make the stream, they don't catch it because, you know, I am a smaller creator. I totally get that. But, you know, if they do watch it for the first time, I want it to be in the best quality as possible. That way, you know, it's easy for them to see and not, you know, blurred out or for whatever reason. But yeah, I don't have fog or shadows or anything. I wish I would have paid more attention when I bought my computer. I'm a giant computer noob in terms of how a computer runs, right? So when I bought this computer setup I have now, it has a great graphics card, it has a great hard drive, you know, a GPU, like everything. It's really great. But the video card connected to the graphics card is shit. Basically, it's like a hourglass, right? Where I have a bunch of, you know, processing that's done and it's ready to go down, but the whole, you know, for the video memory and everything is just so small compared to what my computer can process. It just can't handle it, which is why I have to dumb down a lot of my graphic settings and whatnot. And unfortunately, you can't upgrade your video card without upgrading your graphics card, so I'm just kind of stuck. Unfortunately, my video card, if I show you, like, I think I was looking one time, yeah, so I have a 1650 GeForce, which Mercy the Mads is like a 950, but he has like 11,000 video memory, and I don't even have 4,000. So I have to dumb down a lot of things, just for it to be, you know, just for it to be fine for you guys and myself. When I play by myself, I don't have to dumb it down as bad, but at the same time, it's not good either. Good armor piercing. I know you want to do it backwards a little bit. I wonder if that's too far. Yeah, that's shitty. He'll turn what should be a 20-minute video into an hour-long one. I get that way too. I mean, I can understand that because you like start, you know, whatever the topic may be, you start a topic and you get going, you kind of forget your point, and then you come back to it because you remember what you're trying to, you know, defend in the first place or say or whatever it may be. Alright. I know. We just need to be really careful in the units we shoot. Because I want to say, as soon as I tell them to shoot, he's going to move. Or like that. Like that. Yep. Don't do that. We'll take a little damage. They'll hide eventually. It'll be okay. Good. Okay. Okay. You can stay there. You stay. So the last time I did this too, they gate bugged me. Basically, I just want to put their units here so they move around a little bit. This UI, so many colors. Yeah. I honestly don't mind the UI in Warhammer 3. They are changing it too, from what it sounds like. So it appeals to more people, but me personally, I didn't really have a problem with it. Because, like, for me, everything just looks... Everything has, like, a hint of yellow. Like, the unit cards, the tooltip, you know, you drag, everything's yellow. Like, so, like, I know a lot of people complain, like, oh, you know, everything's red, everything's red, everything's red. It's like, okay, like... hey, Radiant Ash, welcome. Which I was like, yeah, you know, like, everything's red or dark red, you know, in Warhammer 3, but everything's yellowish or orange in Warhammer 2. So, like, you know. So, I don't know. I personally don't mind it, but I get where people are coming from. I just, yeah, I don't know. Dealer's choice, I guess, you know, dealer's choice. You can, excuse me. Yeah, I know you can change a lot of stuff with your own armies in terms of like it green. I've seen posts of people making their like armies purple and that kind of stuff. Do you wear contacts by chance, Radiant Ash? I'm kind of curious. I know it's something small and you may have already thought of it, but for me that was a huge thing. When I first started, like, really started streaming and gaming, okay. That was one thing that really messed with me was, I would, like, work and then be like, alright, you know, I'm off work, I'm obviously going to play, you know, some Warhammer, and I wouldn't take my contacts out, and, after a while, my eyes would start killing me, because my contacts, you know, I don't blink as much as I should, you know, when I play. And so my contacts, like, at the end of it, my eyes would be just freaking bloodshot, basically. Yeah, if I can snipe their lord... He's not moving. Which he will run away eventually. That's kind of a given. Don't fire. Don't want to shoot into the goblins. We want to use Throny here. Yeah, I'm the same way. Actually, when we moved up here to Alaska, I actually ran out of contacts. And it's not that I don't need contacts anymore. It's more out of laziness that I haven't gone and gotten more. And so I haven't worn contacts, oh boy, I think almost a year now. Which it has helped my eyes. I've definitely, you know, if I don't play a lot on the computer and whatnot, and if I go outside, like my eyesight has definitely gotten better, you know, when I'm looking at road signs and whatnot. It's still not, you know, as good as it was with my contacts by any means, but it's better than what it was. Where's that guy at? I imagine they'll spot me and then run away again. But I really want to kill this guy. Couple volleys should do it. Good. Whew. Good. Good. That will help down the track. When we start doing a bunch of damage, it'll make these expendable units want to route quicker. Okay. Because we need to save our ammo. Other than their missile units, we need to save our ammo for the trolls and the black orcs. We will get there. It's just going to take time. So I do apologize. It's not going to be the most exciting siege. So I do apologize, but I also greatly appreciate you guys sticking around. But yeah, so when I did this in my own time earlier this week, I was like, okay, I had the Rune of Spite. But I was like, obviously, you know, you got to be in melee. So I was like, I started attacking the gate, and that's when they gate bugged me. And then my Belegar and one of the heroes got stuck on that side, and they closed the gate on me. And I don't have any in my other campaign too. I got lucky enough to get a potion of healing, and I obviously don't have that. And so it's just not worth risking it right now to try and break down the gate, especially when I have all my ammo left. Red is not a good font to break. Neither is brown, purple, or orange. I think I definitely would have paid more attention in my tech class in college, because like in college I had you know, I was already playing Warhammer and I was watching Legend. This was a few years now already, because I graduated in 3 years. But I was like, I never really understood how all of that stuff worked. And so I was like, yeah, whatever, like, not that big of a deal. And now I wish it's honestly something I'm vested in and interested in now. I wish I would have paid more attention, because now that I'm actually interested in it, I wish I would be able to comprehend and understand more how everything works, but I don't. So it's more like learning as I go now rather than just knowing things. Nope. Alright, these are black orcs, right? Get deleted. Alright. Here, they already gate bugged me. Son of a bitch. Which, I mean, I'm more worried about how long they can last. He's doing a lot of damage already, that's for sure. But I don't have any health items at all. Okay, shoot the trolls. Move these guys up. Yeah, so they did the exact same thing. Yeah, that's very true. I've noticed some of your cosplay streams. Very, very true. Okay, if they're gonna do that, he needs to destroy that gate like now. Right? See, Warhammer 2 isn't all that bad. And then they gate bug me again, you fuckheads. Shoot the orc boys. He can definitely, you know, do his worth. It's more, is he going to survive? And that's what I'm worried about. I mean, he's basically never gonna break. But he just doesn't have the hit points, and he's not destroying that fast. Okay. Fucking bastards. And I don't have the 1.3 patch. He's gonna fucking die. All because they trapped me in here. Yeah, fuck that. Fucking bastards. Nope. Not dealing with that shit. Fuck him. Not dealing. Oh, my voice cracked. Not dealing with that shit. The other problem is we can't fight them out in the field because they will just run over us. I'm trying to think. I have an idea. Might work. Instead of putting them in front of the gate to bring them in. Oh yeah, definitely gonna reload it. Because that's the same bullshit that happened to me last time. So the only difference between what happened there and what happened in my own time was I had a potion of healing last time. So I had basically the same amount of health going into this fight in my own time. but I had a potion of healing that put him back up to full health. Good morning, Lily. Welcome to the stream. So what I could do is put him on the wall and have him fight like one unit at a time with the heroes. The problem is the towers will do too much damage to me. But so like what happened, you know, they all surrounded me, which is what I want to happen, you know, as a Mortis engine. But I just don't want to be trapped like that. When he comes out. Oh, and auto-resolve I lose. That's why. Yeah. I'm so damaged now, auto-resolve doesn't think I'll win.
To battle!
And I couldn't take the Valaya Sorrow because it's a ruin. So yeah.
Kill him!
Oh, if they launch the attack?
For the Dammer's crown!
I would imagine they'll still beat me? Would be my guess. Because they'll still have the garrison. Really, I needed them to have this settlement so I could have occupied that and gotten some health. 17 turns before taking attrition. Lightning Strike will help just for their leadership. But yeah, we'll be fine. Oh, if he... Oh, I got... Yeah. Oh, alright. I see what you mean. Sorry. I see what you mean. I'll exit out, reload it. If I can win it and auto-resolve, great. I would definitely lose these two units. Definitely lose these two. Because, yeah, Belegar has a lot of auto-resolve... Like, his faction has a lot of auto-resolve power because of these 5 guys here. Excuse me. Yeah, it just takes time. I've done it too where how I built walls in the initial province. So I would build the ranger building, get rangers, and then I would destroy that and then build the catapult building. Just so I could take out the towers, so then my archers would have free range of everything, and I wouldn't have to worry about the stupid towers. But in my experience, like, so it's kind of a give or take, where you give up, you give up having the artillery, but you get here before they're too well defended. But if you wait that extra, excuse me, if you wait that extra time to then get that artillery, it's more time for then Skarsnik and the Mutinous Gits and everyone to come and attack you. So it's just, you're kind of taking a chance either way. You can make the siege, you know, easier if you do get there. But if they start blowing up your initial province, you either have to defend it or just abandon it and take Carrick A peaks and move on from there. Which, it's not a bad strategy either way, really. Because if you take Carrick A peaks but lose that settlement, you know, who cares? Create the Book of Grudges for honor, proceed to save scum, shame, shame. It happens, alright? It happens. I will do my best also. I do plan on streaming tomorrow. It's the 4th of July. Here in the US tomorrow, so that's our Independence Day. So I don't have to work tomorrow. So I do plan on streaming again tomorrow. It'll probably be this again. Valiant defeat. I wonder. Okay, he doesn't chase me. I thought he would chase me.
I's too good for that. Revenge incarnate.
No, you're good, Radiant. It was worth a shot. I'm just too badly damaged. And I can't occupy that because then they will kill me right away if I do that.
Lord of the Angrund.
I think I have an idea of what we can do. Oh, nope, this one. I'm kind of curious, Radiant Ash. How hot was that? Like not like attractive hot, but like just weather temperature wise. How like warm and hot was that cosplay outfit? I did not check. I kind of assumed it was blown up. Because there isn't any Skaven corruption in the area. So I'll double check, but yeah, there is. Who would that be there? It wouldn't be Clan Moors already, would it?
To battle. Pointless. Belegar Ironhammer.
There's no way it would be.
You have iron.
It is. Holy shit. Really?
True king of 8 peaks.
Wow. We were hitting high temps so real bad. I imagine. Especially, I saw the beard. I saw the beard and I was like, holy hell.
You have my hammer.
Okay, I got an idea. Ba-ba-ba. Huh. The other thing is, so I could take that, like I could reload it and take it, but then they're still within reach of attacking me. Cause see if, I mean, I'm obviously not gonna do this, but if I take this settlement, they're still within range of attacking me. So I may not even get any replenishment anyway. And it won't be a walled settlement. Hey, Wyvern, welcome, man. Fuka Duke. We'll try it out. We'll see how it goes. For the 5th time reloading it. We'll see how it goes. Because I can definitely take that off the Skaven. We'll see if... Yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. Yeah, it's going to be back. We officially hit 200 subs today. Thanks to Legend of Total War. didn't like host or raid me today by any means, but I was in his chat earlier today, and he, you know, he said that if I would get 200 subs, he would make me a moderator. And then people came over and subbed, and yeah, so. Which I feel bad because I was at like 205, and now I'm down to 201. And I wasn't streaming at that point, so I don't know what I did to piss people off for a little bit. But yeah, I was like, oh shit, I went from like 192 to like 205, and I was like, damn, man. Because he had like 3,000 people watching him, right? I was like, okay, like, it's just going to keep going. And I was like, okay, I was like, you know, whatever, like, we'll see how it goes. And then it stalled out at like 205. I was like, okay. And then I was getting ready to set up my stream, and then it was down to like 201, and I was like, oh, I was like, all right. I was like, that's fair enough, you know. It's not for everyone. But yeah, thank you. It's been, it was very nice, regardless. Yeah, you're dead. Cool. Don't need the money.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's see what he does. Because I still have the quick save, so I'll save this here. If he attacks me... Because, yeah, we can't retreat. Because if he attacks me... I don't think he will, because there's a valiant defeat with everything. So I think we technically outpower him. Okay. What would we... Yeah, we need more missile units. They don't hide, which is not a big deal.
Lord of the Angrund, Belegar, Ironhammer.
Let's just get some missile units. Show off the dog, gain subs, simple. I like my doggo, but he's sleeping behind me right now. But Cash's problem is if we get him up in here, he's never gonna stop, and I'm constantly gonna be pushing him off me. Ha! They're dead. They are going to die. That would help me the most. I mean, if I really wanted to, also, speed would be better. I could really take my time and destroy this and build some, artillery. If I really wanted to push it. Because I can reach there next turn, right? Yeah. So yeah, just take one more turn of replenishment. Get to full. Because if he brings that army over here, we'll just lightning strike and attack him. And get another level up. Good call, Radiant Ash. Good call. Good call. They have so many heroes, though, too, I won't be able to go into ambush stance, like right here.
I stand defiant.
I could lose everything and win.
Dragon!
He has recruited some more units. I don't need that anymore. Interesting. I wonder if he'll even bring this army in. Or if he thinks he's strong enough. I imagine he'll bring it in just for shits and giggles. Like, that's really bad. Like, really, really bad. Yeah. But yeah, that's also not a bad move either, Vekoma. Is I could do that siege and dish out a bunch of damage, and even if I don't win, I could withdraw and then fight them again. But yeah, really, like, there's no... I mean, I'm at war with Clan Vulcan. But I can recruit... I could re-recruit the Rangers down the road. This army... I don't know if they'll get wiped out. But yeah, that's very tempting. I know I wouldn't win this manually. There's just too much. I don't have enough ammo. For the lazy! Yeah, knew that was gonna happen. Alright. Now. Walls. Gonna lose that. That's fine. Definitely need to recruit some missile units. Belegar. Money is fine now, so let's get rid of that. Let's keep that. It's fine if it revolts. I want to get some other buildings up in that place. And yeah, we can afford to do that. But yeah. Full send. For the lazy. But yeah. Even if Scarsnake comes down here now and takes all this, I don't care, because I have Carrick 8 peaks. But yeah, going back to what I was talking about before Radiant Ash, that's kind of like the toss-up, is you can make your army even stronger and like wait till this is completely fortified. But if you wait too long, then you just get stumped by, you know, the Mutinous Gits and Scarsnake coming down. And so then you just get stuck there. I also play on hard difficulty and not legendary or very hard anymore. Just for personal preferences. So the AI isn't as aggressive against me as it would be in one of your campaigns. Safeguard it. But yeah, because I've done that tactic before too, where I've taken the time to make sure all of this is walled up. But then it's just way too late at that point. You just get smacked by the greenskins. Like you if you wait too long for Carrick Izor, you'll never leave Carrick Izor to come here. Growth and I have a siege attack. I would like to get that.
Ready.
There. Oh yeah, and I was self-inducing myself into hating the game, because I did play on legendary and very hard for a while, and I still do to this day, but I love like early parts of the game, you know, like getting your campaign going, getting the ball kind of rolling, and then I would just get bored. I'm like, okay, like I've done this, I don't need to do it anymore. Like I'm done. Like it's to the point where I'm fighting enemies not because it's hard, or because they did something right, but because they have an enormous amount of cheats and they are scum. And so I was getting, I was never like finishing a campaign, basically, because I just didn't want to deal with all that crap. Also, in Warhammer 3, if they don't make this an outrageous achievement for Belegar, there is no sense in Belegar ever coming through here in Warhammer 3. You're going to have so many legendary lords. You're going to have Scarbrand. You're going to have Malagor. You're going to have Greenskins. There is just no incentive for him to come down here. Excuse me, or over here in Warhammer 3. Hey Tardis, welcome to the stream, my friend. Too risky to do that. I fucking hate those. Is it that one? Ah, cool. Got a potion of toughness for it. I'll take it. I got extremely lucky. Speed, yeah, he needs speed. Alright.
Ready. Ironhammer.
Let's go here.
Well, I will do as you ask.
Yeah, I mean, you do get rid of the 50% upkeep reduction, but like some public order, and like the buildings there obviously are really, really good. But like public order +1 or income, income for all, diplomatic relations, income for all buildings, something else. Because it is not fun. Or won't be fun. Why didn't you occupy that? You turd nugget. Okay. Well.
What? The runes are ready.
Right. Like, especially like not only for that, but in general, I think it would make sense for like the dwarves, like for you to take back Carrick 8 Peaks, for you to have Karazakarak, Angrund settlement, like all of these main dwarf, like obviously like the unique buildings, are really cool, but something, for the dwarves, kind of like in Lord of the Rings, right? When the dwarves take back Erebor and then everybody floods to help them, kind of thing, like hey, we're not going to support you, but if you take this settlement back, in this case Carrick 8 Peaks, if you take this back, we're going to have your back, kind of thing. And then you take Carrick 8 Peaks and nothing happens, and you're like, oh, like, cool. Like, you're, in some scenarios, depending on the campaign, like, you're risking it all to come back, to come over here and take Carrick 8 Peaks. And if it doesn't pay off, then what's the point? Kind of thing. Alright. Now let's... Don't care about that. We got the public order. We got Plus 2, plus 1. So we got 4. 2, 3, 4. I do have artillery now. That'd be nice. Money's still fine. I need a public... Ooh, Grugny. Yes, please. We definitely need public order here. You can... Help my research rate. Yeah, I mean, like, again, the buildings are really good. Don't get me wrong. Like, all of these buildings are really cool. But, like, I just feel like it should be something more significant kind of thing. Like, I don't know. Same thing with, like, even, I think, Clan Moors, like, once you take Carrick 8 Peaks, you go from -2 public order to +2 public order when you take Carrick 8 Peaks. Like, even the frickin' Skaven get a bonus to take it other than having it, you know? Alright, yep.
It shall be done.
Really? They do have a Warlock Engineer. How many will they have? 25%, so they should have like 1 or 2 minutes belows. Nothing crazy. The only reason why we're, you know, going to lose is because of the Warfire Throwers.
For vengeance.
I was gonna see if they were gonna build walls, but they're not. Hey, good night, Radiant Ash. Thank you for being here.
Ancestors here.
Alright. Well, what's the map look like? We'll be fine. Yeah, I'm not sure how long I'll actually, think about it. I don't know how long I'll go today. Because now that my fiance is at work, that's also why I'm streaming today. She didn't have to work yesterday. And so we literally did nothing all day, and oh my god, it was fucking amazing. I don't swear a ton on the channel, but my god, I didn't do a damn thing yesterday, and it was amazing. We literally woke up, we watched, oh, by the way, if you guys have, I think it's Amazon Prime, highly recommend watching a new TV series called The Terminal List. Chris Pratt is in it. It is a really good TV series. It's only 1 season long. It's 7 episodes, I think. Each episode is about an hour long. Really good. Really good TV series. Highly recommend it. Lot of what can I think? Plot twist. There we go. Plot twist. Trying to think of some other actors' names that are in it. If you guys are familiar with the movie John Carter, the actor who plays John Carter is in it. Chris Pratt is in it. There are some other bigger names as well. I don't know the names myself, but yeah. Anyway, The Terminal List. Check it out. Highly recommend. Don't fire at them. John Wick is not in it, but so basically the storyline is, or the premise, Chris Pratt, his character is a Navy SEAL, and one of their operations is to kill like a Middle Eastern like chemist that's developing chemical warfare, and they have a tip of where he's at, and so his team goes in for this operation, and his team gets killed. Almost all of his team gets killed, other than him and like 2 other guys, and so he comes back home. It's kind of adjusting to life basically, and but yeah, it's a really good movie, really good show. I would give it if you have access to it. I'm not saying you should go and get a subscription if you don't have Amazon Prime, but if you do, go check it out. You will thank me later. That I can promise you. It's not really worth... okay, now you guys can fire at will. Not worth using him for... Actually... Nope. Need you guys to shoot other things other than lords. Oh shit, that's a chieftain. Good. Warp fire your own frickin' units. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Oh, did they just like double cast that shit? Alright, where is that coming from? Yeah, they'll break. Yeah, we got this. Alright, who did that? Oh, that guy did. Surprised they haven't just mass routed at this point. A little bit. Shit. They're smart, I'll give them that for being a rat. I think that's it. Good. We didn't lose anybody. Almost did. But yeah, I mean, if you like war shows, war movies, and I mean, there are some pretty badass fight scenes. Chris Pratt has some John Wick moments, that's for sure. Definitely some John Wick moments. But yeah, it's one season right now. I don't think they're gonna come out with another season because they wrap everything up, from what I could tell. But it's one season, 7 episodes. It's like 55-minute long episodes. But yeah, we woke up, we ate, we finished that TV series. We fell asleep after that, watching Despicable Me. Woke up, had lunch, took another 2-hour nap, and then we watched. We started a Harry Potter marathon yesterday. Yeah, it was awesome. Did absolutely nothing yesterday.
Lord of the Angrund.
Alright, let's cleanse corruption. Alright, good.
Revenge incarnate.
Have I not met the other dwarves yet? No.
Armed a prophet.
Did they... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Oop, wrong button. Wrong one again. Did they take out the Chrysler Crack? I know you guys can't see really. No, they're still alive somehow. Okay. It's a little troublesome though that they're not anywhere where they should be. I imagine Grimgor will declare war on me very soon. I do want to get all of these walled up. And we need to anyway. Any Gregny guys? Nope. Because he's going to occupy that. What we have? Assassination. 5 battles and assassination. Okay. Yep. More walls is good. And... Take the runesmith ability. Yeah, I have a few. The problem is I've already got quite a few. I don't have any more heroes. So I just can't put any more down, unfortunately.
Onward. Dowie from another hold arrived. 'Tis a great day. Aye.
Cool. That makes me really nervous.
What you want?
I mean, as long as they don't die, I guess, but that's an issue. They usually don't last long, but they are now here.
Master of Runecraft. Lord of Clan Morgan.
Alright.
Yes. Jenny.
Really? Gonna make me fight this one again?
Kill him.
Never make an alliance with Dawi. Yeah, I'm pretty dwarf noob friendly.
Aye. Let's
Yeah, they
hear
won't
what
confederate anyway. Okay. Is that Skaven?
Darth we do.
So he still has a settlement. All right, good. The dwarves. Somebody smacked down on
Yes. Hail, mountain lords. May you not likely.
Warzag. But this should be the end of these guys. Yep. Good. I was thinking too at this point with they need to massively change diplomacy in terms of confederation. FYI, if you guys haven't played Miao Ying yet on Warhammer 3 or Zhao Ming, if you're thinking of like, oh, you know, they changed a bunch of Miao Ying, for example, has like plus 40 instead of plus 20 confederation, like plus 40 instead of plus 20 relations with Cathay. They buffed that. Still doesn't matter. It just does not matter. They have I'm strength, which he's strength ranking 1. Zhao Ming is, but he's got 3 settlements I think in the campaign I'm playing. I have like 16. I'm strength ranking 1. I have the plus 40 diplomatic relations skill point put in. I have like 120 plus relations with Zhao Ming. And even though he is strength ranking 1, I get this. But it's still like negative 128 to confederate him. And he has nowhere to expand. I've confederated all of the other minor Cathay factions. Like, he has no area or any room to grow, and he will not confederate it. So. But in general, it's even ridiculous in Warhammer 3 to confederate minor faction. Like, as a legendary, like, major faction, it's stupid on how tiresome it is to confederate a minor faction. Like, it just... Fire, fire. Ooh, I do... Oh yeah, that's gonna hurt a lot. That's good. Alright, you can attack him. I just don't want the Warlock Engineer to get close enough to pop down any Warp Lightnings. Why are you... Oh, fuck me. I was wondering why they weren't firing, and it's because I don't have them on fire at will. That's on me. Like, fucking that. Son of a bitch. Turn 1 to Lokier campaign as in Felheart. I don't even know how you increase. Oh, you can get it with doing wizard actions, right? As oh, what the fuck? As Dark Elves. Okay, you guys suck. Okay, this is not going as easy as I thought it would. Good. I think we're getting there. No one's dying. Belegar is still being a Mortis engine. Oh, now you're gonna come over here? Oh yeah, I forgot the Black Arcs provide. Yeah, they have a yeah. Yeah, I forgot. Honestly, I honestly I don't enjoy Dark Elves. I've played them all. I've played Malekith, Hellebron. I've played all the legendary lords. I've done a campaign, and for me it's like a one and done. I just don't enjoy Dark Elves. I've tried, I really have, but I don't know what it is about them. Like, because their armies are really good, their faction mechanic, the slave mechanic, all that stuff. It's fun. It is enjoyable, but I don't know. It's just not my. Excuse me. It's just not my cup of tea. Yeah, I couldn't tell you why. What about them I don't like. I just know I don't like them. If that makes Yeah, I don't know. They're just not someone I would choose to play willingly. Yep, speed is good. Good.
Ironhammer.
You don't like Marathi? Marathi's location sucks, man. Her starting province is terrible. She herself is really good. But like I think Marathi is a trap. Her initial province sucks. She goes up against Alethanar, and anytime you expand, you can't go north because Malekith is there. You can't really go north because Malekith is there, right? You go south, you go into Lustria. Why the fuck would you go into Lustria? So you can't go west yet. So you go east, and it's all of the High Elves, which it's a trap because if you play as the High Elves and you go up against Marathi, you're like, holy shit, she's really good. It's turn 25, and she's conquered half of the fucking High Elves. She's conquered half of the donut. But then you play as her, and it's the opposite, where the High Elves get all of these fucking cheats, and they dogpile you. And which I get, it's gonna be like that. I totally get that. It's fine, whatever. But I just don't. I don't know. I just don't enjoy it. I don't know. And I can't put a finger on it. I just know that they just aren't for me. I know that probably doesn't make sense, but it's just not my forte. Same with Tomb Kings. I've tried Tomb Kings. I haven't played all of them, but I have not played Tomb Kings, I think, in over a year. I figured this was coming. I just don't enjoy Tomb Kings at all. Same way I have an issue with Scarbrand. It's just... It's so slow for me in terms of a campaign progression. It's so slow, it's annoying to me. It makes me cringe thinking about playing as Tomb Kings. Alright. So definitely Carrick 8 peaks. But growth and growth. And yeah, we're gonna get the jump on Grimgor. We're gonna get the jump on him when he's not here.
I stand defiant. True king of 8 peaks.
He's already... Alright, get that. Good. Alright, what else do I want? What's going to help me? I really want that. The construction time for all settlement buildings. Oh, that's so fucking good. I don't have any of those in my armies right now. This would be really good. I think out of all of them, Lokir, after Lokir got an update, I would say that he is definitely my like favorite one out of all of them. You know, if I were to pick one, definitely Lokir. Discipline would be good up here. And then let's get... Well, I need to be careful with him. Just because Lokir's faction mechanics are really freaking good. He's definitely going to come down here and blow this up or take it. So, not worried about that right now. Yeah, like you can do so much with Lokir. Like getting black arcs is amazing. His faction mechanics are really good. He's definitely the one to play as if you're playing Dark Elves, in my opinion. You can get super strong. You can get super, large amounts of money, which is what you need to confederate as Dark Elves. But I don't know. It's just not for me. Alright, did he? Did he recruit another frickin' lord there? I think he did.
My anger burns bright.
I want him to jump like right there. And he didn't. Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, he did recruit another lord. As you say, you play you start with. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
I think it's going to be a cluster in Ulthuan. Because, think of it now. If they don't change anything with Warhammer 2's factions, right? You're going to have Nakari causing a lot of problems. Marathi's going to get her steroid injection and try and come in there and blow a bunch of stuff up and cause a lot of headaches and nightmares. Which is expected, She'll get those cheats. But then, how do Dark Elf players combat Marat or the High Elves plus Nakari? How will Nakari combat both of the elves? Are the Dark Elves and High Elves suddenly going to team up against Nakari kind of thing? I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. Yeah, we're just gonna steamroll through this province. Oh shit. Okay. Give him that. Oh, he's already got magical attack. So does he. They all do. Fuck. I don't want to lose that by any means. There we go. Yeah, we'll give him that. He won't break. He wounded my soldiers, eh? Really? I can also hire more slayers to deal with this. Alright, he's coming from there. Alright, so let's just set up over here. They're just there to hold the line. Alright, you need to come here. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I need to be in like a weird offsetting V formation. Oh.
Move now! Strike out! Range fire, range pass!
Excuse me. Excuse me. Even the stupid. Alright, now all four of you shoot into this blob. And then you can now buff them. Like, seriously? Okay, how are you guys not fucking hitting that little shithead? Jesus Christ. Alright, well.
Attack!
Jesus. Valiant defeat to decisive victory. Sorry, I'm trying to think about what we need to do. Because he's just got a bunch of goblin bullshit. Like, it's literally just trash that he has.
I'm done ready.
It's just loads and loads of trash.
Lord of Clanmorgan. No chance.
Never gonna think of spending 1 hour unturned. Oh, the chaos invasion. Good luck to you, my friend.
Lord of the Angrund.
I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to. It's just short of 3 hours. I know it's not a long stream, but I'm getting very hot and uncomfortable, and my stamina for streaming is definitely not what it used to be. But it was a really good stream, I think, for being gone for 2 weeks. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to see if anyone else is streaming. Excuse me. Let's see if... Why can't... which I hope those of you who are like new to the channel and the stream, I hope you did enjoy it. I know it was small. Cash, get down, buddy. I know it's this. I mean, you know, it's a lot different than what you're probably used to with Legends stream, which is obviously makes sense, understandable kind of thing. I can't find him, but I'll tell you what. I'm gonna be there. Ragnarok Total War. Well, he's not Ragnarok Total War anymore. It's just Ragnarok. He is streaming Warhammer 2 as well. He is streaming Warhammer 2 playing as Alberic de Bordelot. If I can grab his link. So yeah, he is... Cash, fuck off. He's not American, but he is Canadian. So, you know, basically the same thing, right? So here is a link to his stream that's going on right now. I'm going to head over there and just play some in my own time after I get some food and take a little bit of a break. But thank you all who came and checked it out. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back for more streams. And I will see you guys again tomorrow with the continuation of this campaign. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.